alive in there?
Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead video for today. And in this video, we're going to be doing our throwback review for this week for the Walking Dead Year of the Dead series. This one was suggested by you guys for me to go ahead and do my throwback review for the Walking Dead Season 1, Episode 2, Guts. Alright guys, this is going to be doing another video for today. This one's going to be doing another video for The Walking Dead. And in today's video, we're going to be doing our throwback review for this week's throwback review for the Year of the Dead series. This one is going to be for The Walking Dead Season 1, Episode 2, titled Guts. So, man, oh man, this is a special review. This is the second episode of The Walking Dead. We did do a review for Days Gone By, which was the very first throwback review. And now we're going to go ahead and do the review for the second episode, which is Guts. So, looking back on this episode, man, this is a special one. This is an episode that I remember when this one won the poll. And it won the poll pretty extremely, too. This one, like, I think it was like almost 60% of you guys wanted to see this one. So, yeah, definitely the ultimate winner by quite a bit. So, this is a great episode of The Walking Dead. Absolutely a great episode. I don't really think there's anything too wrong with this episode. I think it's basically exactly what it needs to be in the story, and it's a really, really cool introduction to a lot of the characters that we follow throughout many seasons. So, basically, this is what goes down in this episode. You start off and you've got Shane and you've got Lori. You find out that the two of them are together. Lori thinks that Rick is dead, and she immediately starts hooking up with Shane. So, that's kind of your intro to the episode. And then we're basically back in the city. You've got Glenn, who, of course, tells Rick, that he does have a way to get out of here. There is one place that you can go. You can meet me in the alleyway. You only have to kill, like, about 10 of them, and then you're good. He asks Rick how many bullets he has left, and basically Rick goes. Now, I really enjoyed it. As, of course, he meets up with Glenn. They run. They have to climb up the ladder. They have to get on the rooftop. They are trying to get in contact with the rest of Glenn's people. And then, of course, we meet Andrea. We meet T-Dog. We meet everybody else. And, she's pissed off because of the shots that Rick fired in the city streets, now they're kind of locked in there, and, a bunch of the dead are now, kind of surrounding them, and Andrea's pissed off about that. So immediately I didn't like Andrea. Immediately I was like, okay, what the hell is your problem? So, then, of course, as they kind of start interacting and as everybody kind of cools down, just as everything kind of seems to be going all right, you've got Merle on the roof who's shooting a bunch of the dead and making even more noise. So, obviously, when this kind of situation goes down, you've got Merle. He's out of control. He's beating the crap out of T-Dog. He's being racist. I mean, everything. And Rick puts a stop to it, after a little while at least, of Merle kind of flipping out. Now, he ties him, of course, he handcuffs him, and obviously he kind of says, like, look, like, all I am anymore is a man looking for his wife and son, and anybody that's going to get in the way of that is going to lose, and he's like, I'll give you kind of a moment to think about that, and he's like, screw you, man, and he's like, I see you got a problem, getting to the point, and he's like, yeah, well, screw you twice, and he's like, be polite to a man with a gun, only common sense, so he throws that back in his face. And, and then he throws his drugs off the roof, right? So, and he's like, you got some on your nose there. So, Rick just completely flips that entire situation around. And I think that's why they all follow him legit, like, instantly right here, is because Rick can handle legit just an entire chaotic situation within 2 seconds. And, just like that, Rick took care of it. So then you got Morales, who's like, well, officer friendly from up the road a ways. I'd like to welcome you to the big city. So as you see, like, just the flood, of the dead, like, just everywhere. So then they all kind of try to make a plan. You've got Glenn and you've got Morales that go and try to find a way out in, like, the sewers or whatever. That doesn't work. That plan doesn't exactly go well. You've also got a scene between Rick and Andrea where, she's kind of trying to get something for Amy's birthday, but she doesn't want to take it because there's a cop staring at her. And Rick kind of says, like, yeah, I don't think those rules apply anymore, right? And he kind of teaches her about the safety of the gun and, why he really wasn't scared of her when she pointed the gun in his face, because the safety, was not, it wasn't off, it was on. So, Rick's kind of trying to, teach her that and stuff like that. And it's a really cool scene. You've also got T-Dog on the roof. He's trying to get in contact with Dale. They almost kind of get in contact with each other, but not quite. What does he say? He's like, why don't you knock that crap off? You're giving me a headache, boy. And T-Dog looks at Merle and he's like, well, why don't you pull your head out your ass and maybe your headache will go away, you know? And he's like, I'll tell you what, you get me out of these cuffs, I'll be all nice and bright and shiny for you and all nice for you. I'm like, bro, oh my God. This guy just, oh man, he really is desperate to get out of these cuffs and just beat his face again. And that's what T-Dog even says. He's like, well, you can beat my face again? Yeah, sure. And he's like, no, my kind, your kind ain't meant to mix. I'm like, oh, what a piece of crap. But what a darn good piece of crap, too, man. Merle is amazing. So, okay. Now, they, of course, make the plan in this episode. They don't have any other way out. They have no choice but to use the guts tactic. Now, obviously, when they do this, I really like it because you got Glenn that's kind of like, you know, getting sick as they're, you know, of course, beating the guts out of this walker and putting it all over themselves. And you got Rick and Glenn that walk out. Now, this scene was really intense. You got Rick with an axe, and they're like just slowly like walking through the dead, right? And, you know, you kind of think at first everything is going to go good and everything is going to be fine. And then, well, you find out simply that it's going to start raining, and they're right in the middle of it all. They're right in the dead center of the road. So it's not like they can just kind of get up and like walk away. They have to just keep going, and the smell is starting to wash off. And, you know, the feeling of panic starts to happen as the dead kind of move closer to them. And once one happens, Rick kills it with the axe. They all start running. Yeah, that's right. Running after Rick and Glenn. That's season 1 for you. They start running after the two of them. And as, of course, they go over the fence, of course, they make the plan. Glenn gets in the car with the alarm that won't shut off. And Rick is now going to go get everybody else. So as they're running, they're all trying to get out. T-Dog drops the key. And, of course, Merle is trapped on the roof. So they leave. Basically, T-Dog leaves him and says he's sorry. Merle's pissed, obviously. And they all run out of there in a humongous hurry as they basically try to get out of there. And they do get out. They do get out of there. But, of course, they wonder at this point, where is Glenn? So then you got Glenn, of course, and you see him at the very end, you know, driving down the road, chilling, just, you know, having a good time in the car. And that's where episode 2 wraps up. So I gotta say, man, this episode, in terms of everything they did in this one, there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's a really enjoyable episode. I think it's one of them episodes that, you know, the more you kind of watch it, the more you love it. And I think that's a lot of what this one is too. And specifically because The Walking Dead is coming to a close, and it's just crazy to see like the cast that we had here and the characters that we were following here, and how literally none of them are even in the show anymore. That just throws me through a really just crazy loop. So, yeah, I gotta say, man, this episode is really, really good. I am gonna give this a 10. I don't have a single problem with this episode. I think this episode is really just perfect, honestly. It's everything you'd want. Introducing really unique characters, really exciting story, and really to set up what we've got coming up next. So yeah, that is that, guys. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think about this episode? Guts, looking back on it, if you've rewatched it recently, let me know what you guys think about it. I love it, but now I want to hear from you guys in the comment section below. So of course, guys, if you're new here, click subscribe and tune in some dumbest of my videos for The Walking Dead. Follow Dan to work to Instagram, guys, and of course, I'll see you guys really soon for another video for The Walking Dead. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
My God, no!
We'll be right back.